right, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Question Lab. So I'm Ben, your host and founder of UpBots, SuperBots, Dextens, and MMU Capital. And since it's still new, maybe you don't know yet what exactly is the Question Lab. So I will shortly explain you. The Question Lab is the place where we host other crypto project partners, market influencers, to ask them questions about their company, the market, and ultimately be able to ask them the real question. And that's the Question Lab. And today it's with a great honor that we welcome the UniLend team to ask them the question again in the Question Lab. So hello, Ayush, how are you?
Hello, hi Ben, how are you doing?
Very good, and thank you for being there today. We're really happy to have you here to talk about UniLend, your company, and also a bit about the markets. So first thing first, maybe could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi Ben. This is Ayush from UniLend Finance. I handle marketing and operations at UniLend. Before that, I have been part of various startups. I have been building my own protocol. So I entered the crypto market in 2017 or so, and since then I've seen a lot of growth into the ecosystem. Now we have Web3, which is the term which got coined recently. So it's pretty exciting over here. And about UniLend, basically UniLend is a lending and borrowing protocol. So a lot of people are already aware about Aave and the compound finance and all of these protocols where you can do lend and borrow any asset. We at UniLend, imagine that this is kind of a barrier in growth of DeFi, because currently a lot of tokens out there, like we have seen the growth of token numbers from 9,000 tokens to around 23,000 tokens in the last one and a half years. And there are a lot of tokens which have great value. They have good community, they have good product, probably they will have good user traction into the future. But there is no way that the community, the people who are holding those tokens, can get any value out of it. So we thought of this idea in 2020 where we were like, okay, why don't we create a protocol where any token can be lended and borrowed? So we are in an era where decentralized exchanges exist, where people can lend and borrow any asset, where people can trade any asset on their platform.
Okay, so your big differentiation with the other project like AV and the other is that on your interface, we are able to trade any kind of tokens, right?
Right. It is completely permissionless. So similar to Uniswap, you can go and start trading of any of the tokens. And similar way, you can do lending and borrowing of any of the token on UniLend.
All right. So maybe some now understand why it's important, or maybe something interesting for us with SuperBots. But it's maybe a bit early to mention this. So tell me, Ayesh, there has been a lot of buzz around UniLend V2 testnet recently, since its grand unveiling on Binance Live. So tell me, for those who are not yet familiar with what you are doing, I mean, you already explained it a bit, but how UniLend V2 is now going to transform the existing lending and borrowing ecosystem in DeFi.
Yes, so glad that you come up with the Binance Live reference, Ben. So what we are as I told you, that our vision was to have a permissionless lending and borrowing protocol. We launched our UniLend version 1 last year with only lending and flash loans capabilities, because we wanted to see how the platform works and how the permissionless ecosystem will work. We had great success. We have like around 30 tokens which are already there on our V1, whose lending and flash loans are live, and it is again completely permissionless. Anybody can come and lend. List their token and their flash loans will start. We also launched this platform on 4 different chains. So basically it was on Ethereum, BNB, Polygon, Moonriver. So major EVM chains we have covered. Now with the V2, this is the first time that we are launching our permissionless lending and borrowing. So in V1 only lending and flash loans were there, but in the V2 the lending and borrowing, both the features will be available. So that's the biggest difference.
You mentioned the permissionless elements. What is exactly so? Well, I'm familiar with that, but maybe some people are not familiar with that term. What does it mean exactly?
Yeah, so this is a great thing. Like currently, a lot of people would be aware about Uniswap, right? Let's say I hold any token or I get any token from somewhere. The first thing people would do is they will try to find it on any of the dexes, whether it is Uniswap or on QuickSwap or Pancake or any of the dexes which are out there, because they will think that okay, the token must be there on any of the dexes, even if it is because coming of a token on a centralized exchange will take more time. They have their own processes, and in the initial phase, most tokens don't want to get into all of these red taping and barriers to cross. So when we say Uniswap, it is completely permissionless. When we say this, what exactly happens is, let's say I create any of the token and I launch a project. So I can just go on Uniswap and lend my token and start the trading of my token by providing liquidity. So I don't have to go to exchange. I don't have to get into the due diligence. I don't have to do any of the heavy legal stuff or pay any kind of hefty fees. So for an individual, it is very easy to list their token. So imagine that kind of a thing on a lending and borrowing scenario. Like individual can come and start lending and borrowing of any of the tokens. Even let's say there are a lot of tokens which are there, but they don't have avenues for lending and borrowing. So Aave supports only 30 tokens. So let's say there are tokens which have very good value. Like let's say example as Matic. Matic was a very good token, or Solana was a very good token in 2020 to hold. We have seen that tremendous growth, but there was no avenue in 2020 for the community to lend their tokens anywhere. Now there are, but the holders in 2020 had no option. So similarly, the next Matic or the next Solana is right there into the market. Probably it is in top 100 or top 300, we don't know. But the holders don't have any option to lend and borrow these tokens. So their power is not completely unlocked. And so we are trying to create this platform where we are opening up this complete market where any of the token can be lended and borrowed. So that is why it is permissionless. Nobody will need our approval to lend and borrow any token. They can just come with a token liquidity, and there will be option of creating pool, and they can create the pool and the lending and borrowing will start. So that's the main.
Thanks a lot for that explanation, and I'm sure that now a lot of people will understand better what it is. So, well, you talk about also how it will evolve. I mean, the market. But what's your opinion about the DeFi market right now? And well, we also heard about that it's a bit dangerous. We had a lot of hack. But do you still think that the DeFi market has a future?
Yeah. I mean, there is no doubt that DeFi market has a future or not. Like DeFi is now kind of established field. Like there are so in the last 2 years or so, we have seen great growth in terms of users, in terms of product, in terms of adoption. So now a major chunk of crypto token value is locked in DeFi protocols. A major chunk of so if you see on DeFi Llama, I think there are more than 50 billion or so TVL exist in DeFi right now, even in this kind of a down market, right? So DeFi, this is real value. This is not like kind of a cloud or hyperbole amount. This is a real value of the tokens which are there. Majority of them are obviously Ethereum, Bitcoin, and these kind of blue chip tokens. But so these tokens are out there. It is completely permissionless. In most of the cases, there's no gatekeeping of all of these tokens. Whatever users are doing, they are completely free to do what they want to do. So DeFi is now moving into a phase where the product is established, the concept is established. Now we need some kind of a solution which can revolutionize it again. So it is now kind of a stable. It is in a stable territory right now after the bear run, after the start of bear run. But As you mentioned about the hacks, yes, we are still seeing a lot of issues with different protocols because of some security lag or because of something which was not discovered earlier.
Yeah.
So there are still grounds for improvement. But even then we can see that DeFi is now very much stable. Uh, so I have no doubt about the future of the DeFi, and we'll see this going uh, you know in the positive direction only. Like currently, a lot of even the institutions are uh, having huge volumes or huge value of tokens logged in DeFi.
We are also walking in that direction. So I'm fully agree with you. I mean, with SuperBots, for example, since we have vaults that's based on smart contract where you make deposits, we trade fully into DeFi through DEX. So I'm personally, I think that all the action will progressively disappear and that the DeFi will continue to evolve on the right direction. So, well, I'm happy we have the same vision for the DeFi market. But if I may, we talk slightly about the security, on the DeFi market, but for UniLend, it's also something, I guess, very important, especially for collaboration. And if we are using UniLend, being sure that the capital is safe under your protocol is very critical for the user. So how do you deal with that?
Yeah, that's actually very important for us. Like our V1 is live and there is no hacks or there is no security incident happened since then. So that's a great feat that our technical team has achieved. I can say that the similar kind of security we are providing and even better security we are providing for the V2 launch. So our protocol is audited by reputed firms like PackShield and Flowmist, and we did a $50,000 worth of bug bounties with Immunify. So we have we are doing every critical step which is required for security. We are not going ahead of us and in a hurry to launch a protocol just because the market is right and all. We want to tick box all the security necessities which are out there. Apart from that, what we have done is we have seen that there are a lot of issues which is because of it is not a security lapse, but like let's say if you create a protocol and because of the use cases there are some malfunction tokens which enters into the protocol and they can hamper the whole liquidity ecosystem. So there are protocols which have 32 or more tokens pools where if even one token is malfunctioning, it will affect the whole pool's liquidity. So to avoid it, we have created this method where our token pools will be isolated dual asset pools. When I say isolated, it is basically that let's say if you are creating pool with Ethereum and USDT, so that Ethereum and USDT pool will not be affected by any other tokens movement. Let's say a UST kind of a scenario happens, your Ethereum and USDT pool will not be affected. Probably your ETH and UST pool will get affected, but the ETH which are there in USDT pool will completely be safe and will be secure. So that's why we have created only dual asset pools, and they will be completely isolated. So all the tokens in different pools, even if the token is same, if it is in a different pool, it will not get affected.
Okay.
So that's one of the very important security measure that is available on our protocol.
Well, you mentioned that's very interesting, and actually that's the fourth question for this question lab. But you mentioned the UST here. So we all, maybe not all, but many people around me and me too, we suffered from the crash of Luna and UST. But this aspect directly could affect your protocol, I guess, or not your protocol, but at least the pool. So how will UniLend V2 mitigate this risk with Luna and UST debt spiral which caused huge collateral damages?
So as I told you earlier, I mean these kind of things can happen. It's unfortunate that this happened, Everybody. So again, UST and Luna were under a lot of scrutiny, and people were giving some kind of warnings also. But it is unfortunate that this kind of event happened, and to be very honest, it is not completely under any protocols uh, to control these kind of events. So being a permissionless protocol, it is our responsibility that if something happens in one of the token or one of the project, it does not affect the whole. So because of UST, a lot of different lending and borrowing or money market protocols also went down. So we to avoid such scenarios, that's why we have created dual asset pools. It will affect in terms of APY. Probably the APY on our protocol will not be very high. It will be moderately high, but it will depend on the pools and the risks involved. So we are giving our users the option. If you want to participate in risky pools, you can do it, but and you can earn higher APYs also in risky pools. But what will happen is, if there is some kind of a death spiral kind of situation in those pools, the users who are doing lending and borrowing in a secure pool, they will not be affected.
Okay, so the capital of the user is safe.
That's why we have kept all the so that's why we have kept all the pools and isolated. So as I was telling you, let's say you are doing lending and borrowing in Ethereum and USDT pool, probably you will not get that high of a APY. You'll get a moderate high APY or something. And if you are doing in a imaginary scenario, if you are doing Ethereum and USD pool, you might get higher APY. But it is again, you have to consider the risk involved. And let's say there's some kind of incident happen in the pool, it will not affect the Ethereum or the holders which are there into the Ethereum USDT pool or ETH DAI pool or other Ethereum pools which are there. So that's why we have kept all the pools completely isolated.
And do you think that there is a risk that the event we had with UST could be reproduced with another token, with another crypto? Okay, that's not really linked to your company. I'm talking about generally. What's your takeaway with what happened with UST, for example?
So I mean, and this kind of scenario can again happen if the collateralization ratio and if the again, in case of stable coins, they have in case of any algorithmic stable coin, they have to maintain the equilibrium, and they have different mechanisms to maintain those equilibrium. If so we know how Luna got oversold, and because of that the UST pack could not be saved. So if these kind of incident can happen again, but I feel that now that this happened, a lot of participants will be vigilant about what is happening in terms of securing the pack. So if any other, so we have seen news about USDT also, and now even a slight movement happens, the people are more vigilant. So this I don't think this something might happen, but it will not happen on a very major protocol because everybody would be taking all the security measures.
Again, thank you for this answer. I mean, personally, now I'm very, very careful with all the stable coin. All right, I have a last question for today. That's a very important question because I know many are interested in knowing why we are building this partnership. So, how can users and viewers of this video benefit from the collaboration between UpBots and UniLend?
Yeah, it is like a very interesting question, and I believe a lot of your audience will be looking forward for this partnership. What we again the simplest use case is that we'll be able to lend and lend and borrow UpBots token. So that is the simplest use case. But since we are into partnership, we will be looking into more synergies into the DeFi ecosystem where we can collaborate to build more products together. So that's something which excites our team, and I hope UpBots team also.
Exactly. I mean, there is, of course, for our users, you can go on UniLend, and you can also put your capital there to get an APY. You can do, kind of many things. And for SuperBots, we are also right now working at a possible implementation of of UniLend also to offer new kind of products. Well, I will not go too much into detail right now. I just can say that the future for UpBots is very bright since we create a new protocol with the Vault and the automatic trading solution on DeFi. Right now, we are trying to continue the improvement of that protocol, and UniLend could be part of this improvement. So, well, but for all of this, to all the viewers, stay tuned because I'm sure you will be amazed. What we are working right now is kind of amazing. All right. Well, actually, it's okay for me. I mean, I asked all the question, Ayush. I really thank you for that and for your answer. I don't know if on your side you have some question for me, actually.
I just want to understand, since you got suffered because of UST fiasco, I want to understand what is your belief in DeFi ecosystem right now.
Well, actually, it's a big question. My vision of the DeFi market is that progressively we're going to have more and more innovative projects. It's true that UST harmed a lot the DeFi market. Well, when you talk to funds and to institutions, no, they are very scared to invest in new projects, especially in Singapore and other regions. Now the institutional are really careful where they are putting the money. So due to that, we have now a decrease in investments. But well, it's just a phase. We have, I mean, this crypto markets for since 2014 now. I saw many increase and decrease of the market, a lot of hack, a lot of issues, then ban, and each time we just had that cycle, you know, like it went down and up again. And I'm sure that here it's gonna be again that situation. And each time we have a hack or an issue like the one we had with UST, well, in the end, we have new solution to avoid future problems. So the one we had with UST will probably not occur again. And now people knows that well, the algorithmic stablecoin are not as good as the others, you know, and so progressively the market is stabilizing itself, and each time it's safer and safer and safer. Same for the hack. In a sense, each time we have a hack, well, it means that in the future it won't happen again, and so that the protocol now are far safer than just a few months or a few years ago, you know. So personally, I think that, well, right now it's we are in the downtrend, and I think that the downtrend is maybe not over. We could have a small decrease coming in the coming months, maybe, but on the long term, I mean, in 1 year, 2 year, and 10 year, well, the DeFi market will just continue to grow, and my personal bet is that maybe this market could even overtake the traditional market and the traditional banking sector. That's what I hope. To give back the economy in the hands of the people and not in the hands of the banks. But well, that's why Satoshi created the blockchain, and let's hope it's gonna happen, right?
Yeah. I mean, I can hear a lot of hope from your side. So it's good. Like if you have been suffered, and even after that, you have very good hope. So that's what we want in the market.
Exactly. Well, that's it for today. Ayush, I really would like to thank you for being here today to talk about UniLend and about also the market and answering to all the questions. For all the viewers, you will have all the information on the bottom of this video, all the links. And if you have any question, you can, of course, come to their Telegram channel, sending them emails, going on their website, or coming on ours, and we'll be happy to answer. Don't forget also to like and to follow our channels for more video and for more info and insight about the market. Ayush, again, huge thank you, and I wish you a very good day.
Thanks, Benjamin. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.